Warning, spoiler alert.
The Snow Spiders take the throne as the scariest monsters of the Star Wars franchise.
X-Wing fighters are apparently still a thing.
And the internet cancels Baby Yoda after he downs some tadpoles as we break down episode 202 of The Mandalorian.
Welcome to the Feel Good Media Show with Kevin and Milton.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
To this awesome show.
What a nice welcome, Milton.
Yeah. Again, just for those who are new, we are just two guys who love film. We love good programming, good storytelling, and
mourning the loss of our movie theaters
absolutely. Hopefully they'll come back soon.
Hopefully
they'll have something good.
That's right.
Then when they come back. But we just want to get together and hopefully put together something entertaining and informational for those who are going to be joining us on our show. Hopefully they'll see and be inspired by some cool stuff that we said. So we're talking Mandalorian.
We're going through The Mandalorian season 2.
Season 2.
Streaming now on Disney Plus.
Yes, it is. Is
our show sponsored by Disney Plus?
It should be. If it's not, somebody get on that.
We're getting the millions of subscribers already.
Yeah.
2.
Of course.
So this was a weird episode, Milton.
It was weird, but it was fun.
It was way fun.
Yeah.
It had me head scratching for the first half part.
Yeah. What were you scratching your head about?
Baby Yoda's kind of going not so cute anymore.
No.
I actually read a lot of theories that say that they think Baby Yoda is actually evil. What if Baby Yoda is more dark side than
a dark side Yoda versus a light side Yoda?
Because the only character we know is, of course, this Jedi.
Yeah.
He's like this, master of the universe.
Right.
He-Man reference.
The greatest Jedi of all, right?
So what if our preconceived notions of who this child is not really great?
Interesting, because we did see several times Mando told Yoda, do not eat the eggs.
Yes.
And he just kept doing it.
It's like a real life child.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you had that? We're both parents.
A couple times.
The kid just does not listen.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Baby Yoda's munching on eggs the whole episode.
Oh, it's disturbing.
Very disturbing. And then gets himself into a little bit of trouble. And then we morph into this, what is going on? What am I watching? This is really weird.
Yeah.
I'm being triggered as a parent to this horror story.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
It really was. And we talked in the last episode how they're doing such a great job of connecting with other genres, other movies, nostalgia with Star Wars, and that scene, where they go into that one cave and the eggs are just everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And it just takes you back to Aliens.
Yep.
Right. And they even open the same and is there anything that Baby Yoda will not eat? I mean, give me a break.
Right. That dude's hungry.
What are you doing?
He's a grown kid.
Yeah.
But I do think it was the first time that I felt a little nerve shaken inside of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I felt anticipation and excitement and, oh my gosh, this is happening. This is so amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm a little nervous of what's going on. It was new emotion for Star Wars.
And what he did was he took us from bad to worse so quickly and so well,
jarring.
Right? So they get off the planet. The bandits come, they try to steal Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Then they get into space and they can't go hyperspeed, so they have to go slow. Then the X-Wing fighters show up, tell them to pull over. Then they crash the ship in what looks like the planet from Empire Strikes Back, right? They wind up in a cave, drop down into a cave. Then the spiders show up.
But hold on. But we still found time for spa time. And I think there's a lesson. I think there's a lesson to be learned here.
Okay, yeah.
That in the midst of chaos, you got to take care of you.
That is pretty good. That she definitely did that. She almost died doing that, but almost killed them all.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
And then I loved the throwback to Empire Strikes Back and all the problems with the Millennium Falcon. You know, they could never get it fixed. It never ran right. And now here Mando is just limping along in space with this half put together ship. Like, how
is this thing still running?
Yeah, really.
That's the biggest thing. I mean, you talk about loophole, and of course, it's just fun movies. And I have a pretty good. I've seen enough movies where I can just go, that made no sense, but I'm along for the ride. Yeah. But if a giant spider tentacle pierces your window, how are we repairing that on an ice planet? And then he's like, the hole is damaged.
Repair guy.
The hole is damaged. We can't go into the hole, but everybody crowd in here where our glass just shattered. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go with you.
So the snow spider, I think I looked online. Give me a list of the monsters from the Star Wars universe, and I put in level of scariness and just evilness, I put this new one, Snow Spider, on the top.
All right.
Okay.
I just realized I have like Mariah Carey fan on me. Like it's like blowing. It's like blowing.
It's a good look for you.
It is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's in my contract. I must have fans on me at all time.
Now,
sorry,
that's a great contract. Where's mine?
Yeah, well, you just got to get a better agent there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's not my problem.
So how about for you? What's a monster in the Star Wars universe that
the Rancor?
Rancor, yes.
The Rancor.
That's from Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
the one that lives under Jabba's throne.
Yes, and he had the big gate that crushed.
Yes.
I remember as a kid being a little terrified of that. That was
Rancor was scary.
Moment.
Now, what if we put Rancor, Snow Spider to fight each other? What do you think? What do you think would happen?
Well, the Snow Spider moved quite a bit faster than I remember.
Well, CGI moves faster than claymation.
So if we move CGI back into a claymation,
now we got to fight.
Now we have a fight. I just think 8 legs are gonna win.
Yeah,
out of like the little scrawny.
Right. And then he's got his whole crew of tiny spiders.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. He can
Rancor just has Rancor.
Yeah,
that's and the fat guy who cries at the end when he dies.
This is no chance.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. I think the Snow Spider wins.
What about you? Any other monsters that you think?
Well, you remember Attack of the Clones? They had those 3 monsters that tried to kill Padme and Anakin.
The little worm things.
Well, one looked like a cross between like a Wolverine and a praying mantis.
We talked about this last episode of how I have completely erased the prequels.
Yeah, I'm sorry, memory, but that monster was pretty.
Yes,
was pretty scary, and I think Obi-Wan took care of that monster.
Okay. Yeah,
really sharp teeth.
The spider wins though. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just the massive size of it.
It was huge. It was really. I love the scope of this. I mean, this is a TV series. Are you joking me?
Right.
We're watching a TV series?
Yeah, it's crazy.
This thing has budget for days.
Yeah.
How they're making it is amazing.
It's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. So, but let's wrap it up with kind of some positive, spiritual thoughts.
Out of a spider?
Out of a spider, yeah. Let's go from a spider to God.
Okay. All right.
God did create spiders. Not sure true. Why.
The web you weave,
he did.
Milton, the web you weave.
But I just loved the theme of how far am I willing to go to protect my family? Like this mom. And her little eggs, her lineage, her future, right? Yeah. And she's like, I'm going to go with this stranger. I'm going to go into a dangerous situation. I don't care that I'm in the middle of this frozen tundra. I'm going to get into this hot bath and keep my family safe. And I think you're seeing this develop in Mando as well, that he's willing to do whatever it takes to protect Baby Yoda because there's this kind of parental relationship developing there.
Sure.
And then of course you think of God, like how far is God willing to go for us?
Right.
That's what stood out to me as I was watching this episode.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, I love that. And I love the visual of parents protecting their kids and going far for it. Also just this code that we saw.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the Christian code and the parallels with that.
Yeah, so Mando supposedly lives by this creed, this code.
This is the way.
This is the way, and and also by his word, he says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take you to this planet. And it was interesting that the frog lady, I don't know if she has a name, but that's what I call her. Frog lady.
I really do.
She reminds him oh, okay, so I guess your word really isn't what it is. And when he realizes that, he's like, okay, he gets his toolbox and he starts trying to fix the ship. And it made me think, of course, as Christians, we live by a code. We kind of live by a code here at Project. We just feel good, do good, right? It's kind of our code.
Yeah.
Christians, it's, love God, love others. That's how Jesus put it simply. And do we live by that code even when it's hard? See, Mando, when it got hard, he was like, forget it. But then when she reminded him, he's like, okay, my code means something even if it's challenging to do.
That reminder is something we need.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to be reminded to get back in the fight and pick it up too.
Right.
And then finally, just, you talked about others. I loved how the Jedi showed up. I mean, he was kind of host.
Yeah.
But got help at the very end.
Yeah. And, the pilots for the X-Wing pilots. Yeah, they came and they did help.
Not Jedis. Yeah, the pilots. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was interesting what they said. They realized who he was. Like, we have a warrant out for your arrest, but we also know that you did these great things too.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what? That means something. And we're not going to see you just by the mistakes you've made. We're going to see you by the good things you've done.
Did you perk up at all when they said, these are interesting times?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's 2020.
Yeah. Did they know?
Yeah. So we always try to wrap up with a feel good takeaway and a do good takeaway.
Right.
So your feel good?
My feel good is, again, that the whole idea of God. God is willing to go to any lengths to care for us, to protect us, to give us a great life. And I think we saw that theme, that we have that Father who's going to go to extra lengths to watch over us.
Good.
Yeah. How about the do good?
Do good. Value. Don't value people by their mistakes.
Yeah.
Really, everyone is valuable, even the screw ups, even the ones who eat other people's eggs.
Yes,
there's still
absolutely. Value. We're all valuable because we're children of God. Simple as that.
Yep.
And we're not valued by our actions. We're valued by who we are.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us for another episode. And we will be back talking about episode 3, which was another wild ride of Mandalorian. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to subscribe, like, and let us know in the comments if you got something you want us to review as we continue just a review of Mandalorian. And we're looking to for some more media to talk about next. So we would love your suggestions. Thanks for watching. Bye.